Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the balance of payment, the disequilibrium and measures to correct the disequilibrium in the balance of payment. Now let us first understand the basic meaning of BOP or balance of payment account. See, it is a normal account which is showing all the economic transactions that are happening with the outside world, okay? So it includes both the private and public sectors, okay? So and also further it is divided, the account is divided into two parts, current and capital account. Now BOP disequilibrium. See, sometimes it so happens that a BOP is in disequilibrium, that is the imports are more than exports, okay? So what could be the reason for this? Okay, the first reason is social factors. Yes, see, social factors relate to the changes in the mindset of a society. See, when we are trading with other countries, various ideas, various things are exchanged, okay, and in it can include the change in fashion, okay, change in taste and preferences, change in shopping habits. Let's say for example, earlier people used to go to the market, normal market, to buy goods and services, but now people are preferring malls over those markets. So what is this showing? This is showing that the people's shopping habits have changed, okay. So people's taste and preferences can also change. Now people are having a bunch of a burger and pizza. Earlier they used to like other things, okay, Indian food, South Indian and all. But now they are more liking more the Western food, okay. Then the other one is political factors. Yes, political factor can also cause disequilibrium. How? When there is a political instability in the economy, okay, then what will happen? We all know about the 1991, in the time when there was Gulf crisis, okay, and we were facing BOP disequilibrium, okay, deficit. This was all due to political factor. There was basically a political instability in the economy, and it led to huge capital requirements from foreign countries, right? Then the other one is the legal factors. Legal factors basically relates to various laws of the various countries, okay. When the law keep on changing changing from time to time, then what will happen? There will be uncertainty in the economy, and it will be a loss for the exporting country, okay. The other one is the economic factors. When there is inflation in the economy, then the people prefer foreign goods and services, okay. So when the country's things have become costlier, okay, then what will people do? They will prefer obviously the foreign goods because they will be cheaper as compared to the country's made goods and services, right? Now what are the things we can do to correct this disequilibrium? The first is the monetary measures, okay. Monetary measure includes basically exchange control. You can restrict the dollar that are given to people, okay. See, if let's say I want certain dollars, okay, the government will put the limit on how many dollars you can take simply, okay. Then the other one is deflation. When the price of domestic goods are reduced, okay, when the let's say there is inflation in the economy, okay, inflation happens because of the goods price being rising, okay. So when this happens, then what will government do? It will basically try to reduce the prices of goods and services so that the people are not buying from the foreign companies, okay, countries. Then devaluation. Yes, the government also appreciates the price of dollar so that dollar becomes costlier than the rupee, okay. And what will happen then? The people won't buy the foreign goods and services. They will prefer cheaper goods, right? The other is the non-monetary measures. Basically, it includes the quotas. Quota, what is a quota? Basically, it is basically restricting the amount to be imported from foreign countries, right? We put a restriction on how much quantity will be imported, right? Then also tariffs. Yes, tariff is a very common measure here. What the government does is that the custom duties on goods and services are increased, okay? Then automatically the import will reduce. Then the other one is export promotion. Yes, there are many measures the government take to to increase import, export. When SEZs are set up, duty scripts are given, okay, discounts on custom duties are given, then what will happen? Then obviously our import will go down, our export will rise, right? So what did we understand today? We basically discussed what is the meaning of balance of payment. It is basically an account which shows all the transactions, basically economic transactions that we as a country do with the outside world, okay? And it includes both the sectors, private and public, okay? Not only government but also private, okay? Then it is further divided into current and capital account. Current account shows all your visible and invisible goods, okay? That is goods and services, transfer, payments. We will be discussing all the elements of current and capital account in detail in a later video, and also the capital account, okay? Then what are the reasons for disequilibrium in balance of payment account? We discussed about social factors. Yes, social factors are very related to society, okay? Societal mindset can change. Society may change like some other fashion now. It can be any reason, it is basically related to the mind of the society, okay? It can change anytime. Political factors related to basically the political instability in the economy. If there is instability, what will happen? Then the country will have to buy huge loans from outside countries to stabilize the economy, okay? So in this way, what will happen? The imports will rise, right? Then the other one is legal factors. Legal factors are basically related to laws of the countries, okay? Laws keep on changing from time to time, and therefore it can lead to more imports, okay? Then the other one is economic factors. Yes, when there is inflation or deflation in the economy, then what will happen? The prices can rise or either fall, and it will lead to more or less imports depending on inflation or deflation situation, right? And any other situation can also be there. Then what are the measures? We discussed about what are the measures to correct disequilibrium. The first one was monetary measures. Yes, monetary measures basically talks about the exchange control. We can put several controls on the exchange. That is, we can limit the amount of dollars that the people can get. Then also deflation. Yes, we can reduce the prices of the domestic goods, okay? Then devaluation. Yes, the government here appreciates the price of dollars, right? Then we further talked about the non-monetary measures. It includes tariffs. Tariffs are basically those custom duties which are levied on imports, okay, goods and services. We can increase them. Then quotas, these are basically the restrictions of amount or quantity that can be imported. We can increase this also, right? These are the non-monetary measures. And now let us practice some important questions. Which policy is followed by government to restrict customer borrowings to purchase foreign goods? Contractionary fiscal policy, tight monetary policy. See, in contractionary fiscal policy, the government increases the rate, okay, the rate of interest in the economy, that is the repo rate or the reverse repo rate, and thereby the investors will be having low power to buy money, and that's why they will be spending less, okay? Then automatically foreign goods will be demanded less. Then the other one is tight monetary policy. Yes, this is also the right answer, because in this the government increases the various direct taxes like income tax and all, okay, paid by the people. Okay, so the correct answer would be both A and B for this, right? The other question is monetary measures to curb import include tariff, import substitution, export, devaluation. See, tariff, import substitution, export are basically non-monetary measures, but devaluation, as we discussed, is a monetary measure. So the correct answer for this question would be devaluation, right? So this was all for today. Thank you so much.